Yeah. So I saw this video on The Truth Show. It's a channel on YouTube called The Truth Show, where it was talking about all of these black YouTubers backing out of YouTube or getting stopped, ending their channels or pulling their channels out. Now, what he was alluding to was the Advise Media. The Advise Media is a channel on YouTube that had over 600,000 followers, and the channel is pro-black. They're highly conscious, highly putting out information that the regular media doesn't put out. It's this YouTube channel that really blew up. Had over half a million followers. Has over half a million followers. But they have goals that they need to meet, and they weren't able to meet those goals. So the the head honcho in charge says, "No, we're basically pulling out," because a lot of people were dependent on YouTube money. But now that YouTube is fickle and they've decided everybody from that PewDiePie and that alleged scandal all the way on down to the smallest YouTubers, say like me, all of everybody who's a content provider is suffering. It doesn't matter who they are, whether it's, if you can go to gaming, it'll be I don't know, Cash Nasty Gaming or whatever. They're taking a pay cut. All right, you can go to fitness, Twin Muscle Workout, the vegan gains. Right, he was begging for money. To every sector of YouTube, how to's, do it yourselves. Everybody's getting hit by these budget cuts. Or whatever this, advertisers pulling away. But let's just stick with pro black. I follow another channel. I believe it's Black Magic 363. I might have the last three letters wrong, but it's Brother Rich. It's this guy named Brother Rich who puts out phenomenal information. I get put up on a lot of game on his channel. Now, he's been hit, and a lot of people don't really understand that you put in a lot of hours trying to create videos, content. You have to have their material ready. You can't really stumble over too many words. You have to be prepared. You have to know how to speak and conduct and edit. You have a lot of things you have to do to make your videos appear at least good enough to catch a person's attention, because us as humans, we just have small attention spans, especially in this ever-changing world of technology. So people aren't really going to watch a long video unless you're talking about something that's catching their attention. So Brother Rich has been hit, and he's like, man, I'm out here trying to beg my brothers and sisters to get money, but the money ain't showing up. So I understand where the Advise Media, they're saying basically, we're gonna pull off. We're not gonna really we're not gonna really do anything until we know for sure that we're getting our money, because it doesn't really take a lot. If you have the Advise Media channel has over 500 to 600,000. I don't really know the exact numbers, but they were hoping that 5% of the people would give at least $5 so that they can reach their goal to keep the channel going or whatever, because they really depended on this. They were making a living off of this. But the problem is, people talk a good game, right? A lot of us will be like black first and put fist emojis and stay woke and all of this stuff. But when it comes to the bread, a lot of these guys aren't putting up the bread in the fundraisers. So we're doing a lot of talking, but when it comes to money, I seen this with Birth of a Nation with Nate Parker. The black feminist sabotaged that movie, uh, and that movie, I walked into the movie. It was a great movie, but it had such a negative stigma against it. It had such a slander campaign against it that it had no chance of surviving. And it wasn't that the movie really failed. I think it broke even in the States. But this is just a prime example of people talking up. I remember before the movie coming out, people like, wow, this is going to be such a great movie. It won Sundance Film. But when it came to actually putting money, taking their money to go pay the movie, whatever, go to the movies and pay the ticket to get the actual film stub, nobody actually bought it. There was a bunch of white people when I went to go see Birth of a Nation. It was virtually no black people. It was only one lady that had her teenage daughter. But it's just an example of people like to talk a good game, but don't really like to show that support financially. And it takes hours to create videos, especially at the type of pace that gentleman was putting out, or Brother Rich is putting out. But in a system of white supremacy, you can't really depend on any of these white supremacists. So unfortunately, a lot of pro-black channels, every time you watch a video from Signetter TV, there's like 20 ads. They place like 20 ads in a 1-hour video. And I get it, because they're just trying to make whatever little money they can off this YouTube and maximize the potential of money that they can make. But at times it's like, well, damn. So now you see that they don't have as many advertisements, if any advertisements, on the pro-black channels, because a lot of these white supremacist companies are like, well, hell, since we're so white supremacists, we're just going to actually be white supremacists, and we're not going to support any of your videos or allow you to put up any ads. So it comes with the territory. I mean, that's the system that we live in. This has nothing to do with race, though. This is just throughout the whole entire YouTube platform. So it's not just about race, but everybody's getting hit. Everybody's that I've seen. So a lot of YouTubers are like, man, this shit it's not really paying. I'm not making the same type of money. I've been cut in half. This way you see DJ Academics working for Complex. And DJ Academics puts up huge numbers for YouTube. Right? This is a guy who basically started literally from his mom's basement, I guess, and worked his way up into one of the most respected voices in hip hop. A guy that just started off on YouTube up into being like one of the top hip hop experts. Right? So YouTube is powerful. It gives you a platform to reach out to people that you may not have the opportunity of meeting, right? And you have a chance of actually virtually, have a friend or build some kind of kinship with. So that's why I love YouTube. I love YouTube because it's not really about the money or anything for me. It's always been about, for me, being able to voice my opinion, being able to come across like-minded people who share the same type of interests. But my opinion is, hey, we do need to support the people who are actively trying to awaken us from our slumber. That's going to bring us into consciousness. But at the same time, as a conscious person, as a black man, you know how this system works. You know that the system that we live in doesn't allow uh, certain things to be associated with their brand. So as a byproduct, you're gonna see a lot of pro-black channels shutting down because for some odd reason, a lot of us like to talk, but when it comes to fundraisers, when it comes to GoFundMe, we talk a good game, but we don't really put up a good game. It's another guy named Zoe Williams. He has a great radio show. He got into a fist fight with Aries Spears. He got all this publicity. You would think, oh well, wow, this guy would get some kind of boost in his fundraiser to get his own radio network. Nope. In fact, they went the opposite way. Come to find out, $5,000 worth of the funds that was raised was fraudulent. So GoFundMe had to take that money away. Say if he was a coon or if he was a person that was pandering to the white supremacists, he could get money. He can get 5% of his following to put up money. And that concludes my video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.